What's up? It's Lip Service. I'm Angela Yee.
I'm Gigi Maguire.
I'm Jordy Joe.
And I'm Toya Bush-Harris from
Period.
Period.
You know what though? We got to start this off right. What's your sign?
I'm an Aries.
You're an Aries, but this is a Gemini. I'm a Capricorn.
Capricorn.
But Jordan's also a Capricorn.
Yeah. Really?
And as a matter of fact, celebrating a birthday, so we have something special.
Oh.
Let's bring in the cake.
Thank you.
I did it too fast. I'm sorry, guys. But yes, of course, Jordan, we have a cake for you for your birthday. So happy birthday.
Thank you.
My Capricorn sister. Cake.
Oh, it's so cute.
This is a little cute cake.
Oh, happy birthday, Jordy
Happy
Joe.
birthday. Do you want us to sing to you?
Thank you.
Oh, it's cute.
What type of cake is that?
It's giving chocolate chip and
Yes.
I don't know, but something.
All right, make a wish.
Cookies and cream cheesecake.
Cookies and cream cheesecake.
Yeah.
With a little cookie on top.
Make your wish.
Make a wish.
Yay.
Birthday.
And she's still a little hungover from celebrating last night.
Yes.
We're supposed to celebrate every day, all day.
All
Listen,
month, all
the month.
December.
it's Capricorn season, so it's all month. And you know what? Capricorns is how we like start and end the year. So really, we could celebrate all year.
Exactly.
I don't know, but
You know
Capricorns are kinda
what?
Quiet.
You think so?
I do. My Capricorn friend is quiet. She's a sweetie pie, though. Y'all got style.
Okay, we're not mad at that.
And two. No.
Yes, y'all got style.
Now, Toya, this is your first time here.
I know, not last.
And definitely not your last.
Okay.
But Married to Medicine, you know I love watching that show.
You do.
And I just recently had, I did have Dr. Simone on Way Up.
You did.
And we had a whole conversation just basically talking about how much we love seeing like accomplished women with accomplished men, the family, like all of that. It's just a beautiful thing to see.
Yes, I actually think I sent her your post from the Way Up, and I was like, "Look at you, friend.
Yeah.
I'm so proud of you, friend."
Yeah, and we're proud of you too. So you're in your houses, by the way.
Girl.
And I don't know
Okay.
Not plural.
Yeah.
Girl, the cherry blossom tree in the middle of the
It's very
closet.
peaceful. It's very peaceful.
It's gold.
It's
You gotta
very
stop.
girly.
It's gold.
But this
Very
is,
much
no,
It's very rich.
I don't want to stop. Okay, this is where we're going in life. You know what I'm saying? We're supposed to get better and better. And really and truly, I mean, what is wrong with having multiple homes?
You are the first person I saw with a 2-story closet.
I was like, you see what I'm saying?
and you
And really
built
and truly,
these-
it was out there. It just wasn't out there for us.
You know, it's so interesting because you'll have a dream house and then be like, actually, I bought another plot of land.
Right. Yep.
And we're actually going to build a
We're
dream
actually
house.
building
Yeah.
another dream
I
house.
tell people, I'm like Barbie in that sense. Barbie had multiple dream houses. She did. Barbie had a mobile, remember the mobile home? Barbie had these.
She had the
things.
RV.
And it was
Yeah.
okay.
She had a Corvette. She
That-
had a
that
house.
part.
She had a
She
mansion.
started the tiny house trend.
Let's manifest a Barbie, a Toya Bush-Harris Barbie. I
Okay.
think that can happen.
I will take that. I still have my Cynthia Bailey Barbie.
Ooh,
I
that's
do.
a fact.
From back in the day.
I just got my
I
Debbie
do.
Allen Barbie.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. Is she a dancer?
Yes. And it's so cute.
Oh, it's so
What did you think you were going to be when you were young?
Oh, I was initially I was going to be a computer-aided drafter. That's what I wanted to go into.
A what?
A computer-aided drafter. Back in the day, that was an architect that was fancy.
Okay,
And
I
you
was
did it
gonna
on
say.
your computer and all that kind of good stuff. And then I went to school, and when I got to college, somebody was like, "You would be a great teacher."
You went to TSU, right?
I did. I went to TSU for about a year and a half, following my boyfriend at the time. You know,
We know how that goes.
It is what it is. I was with him for 6 years, so I give him his props. But then I came into my own, went back home, started working for the University of Phoenix, and I was like, well, maybe let me just hurry up. I'm gonna get this little business degree, you know, little business. And I was always a salesperson, so.
And you're from Detroit.
I am.
You know,
born and raised.
we got our little
We all
ties.
got our little
Yes.
Detroit connections.
Yeah, New Yorkers and Detroit people, we get along. Okay, that's what we do. We
And the
real
women
people.
are hustlers in both.
We
cities.
can't help it.
And
We
they
don't
can do
know
some
nothing
hair.
about. I don't know why the people think I'm just sitting over there living off my husband, because that's impossible for
I
a
was
Detroit
gonna ask
person.
you about that.
It's impossible for a
Yeah.
Detroit woman. Okay, we're gonna go get it. If anything, I push him so much that the people say he's tired. Okay, that's what they're saying.
He's tired because he got a long commute.
Oh, you got very much so. Okay, but let's be clear. I don't want my husband to come off as somebody that's competing with me. But I think that I did marry the type of man that's like, I want to do for her what she can do for herself and do it better. And so I love him for that. Hey, if you want to work your ass off, go right ahead. Okay. But look, when I need you though, show up.
It's interesting because I remember on the episode when you asked your sons how they felt about him, and they were like, we're fine.
But that's not a good thing. And you know, it's funny, we were talking about that earlier today, because I was like, honey, you keep saying that in your green screen. Stop it. Because really and truly, it's not okay that they don't see a difference between you being here and not being here. Okay, they need you now. Like, I've raised them to be great boys. But men, man, I don't know. I don't know if
How old
God
are they
equipped
now?
me for that. You know
Right.
what I'm saying?
You're right. And he is there, and you guys are married, but you want him to just be more present.
Present. Like tonight, he's at home with the boys. And I said, hey, Avery has a final exam in the morning. Just sit with them. Ask them a couple of questions. Are y'all going to cook dinner together? You know, have that bonding male moment. And I understand it because I was a daddy's girl. You know what I'm saying? And without my father, oh God, I don't know what I would have been. But I don't know if that's good or bad.
No, well, Jordan is
Jordan
a daddy's girl.
You're a daddy's girl?
Yeah.
Okay, so you know what it's like.
I do.
Yeah.
I do. And
Yeah.
he's not ever a man I would want to emulate.
Okay, not at all.
You know what I mean?
But men
Like,
can't
I
put
need
nothing over on us.
Correct.
Because we've seen it all.
That part.
That part.
Heavy on that part.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
That part.
So the toleration has to be peak.
And and listen, the boys got to learn how to take out the garbage. That is one thing in my house that is like
Walk past that garbage one more time.
Yeah.
While it's overflowing.
Yeah.
That part.
Like learn how to double bag.
Okay. Empty a dishwasher.
Bad.
Okay, because
listen,
we
my
had
man
to
don't
wash
even know how to
dishes.
use the dishwasher.
Oh, we didn't have a dishwasher.
Right, we had to wash the dishes.
Girl, we didn't have a mop. Okay, my mother was like, "What do you need a mop for?" It's called hands and knees. You get in the
Get a
crevices.
sponge.
Okay,
Yeah.
that part. Yes.
Cinderella
Hands
style.
and knees.
Yes.
Okay, so does it bother you when people say that? Because I've seen that, like, oh, he's got to work so hard because she wants this house and she wants the cherry
I think the
blossom.
people just mad.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't know why. Because we as Black women deserve all of that. We deserve a man that's like, I want to take care of you. We deserve to have a man that is intelligent and that is setting the way for our children. You know what I'm saying? He is a great example to follow. And so why are you hating on this man for wanting to spoil his wife?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Let's be clear. I make a lot of money and he knows it. You know what I'm saying? I just told him the other day. I said, hey, you should be very happy. You don't have to pay for any of this. You know what I'm saying? But when I need you to, you can. And I appreciate that.
How do you guys split the finances? Because I think that's always
you know
interesting. No, you know why? Because
I wanted to know too.
I talk about finances a lot when it comes to, like I have a Wealth Wednesday segment on my other show. And so finances, I think, are a big thing when we think about like getting married and like this person makes this, I make this, but how, and there's always that conversation.
So let's be clear. That's the first time anyone has ever asked me that question. And so I can appreciate it. Thank you for giving me the floor to tell y'all all about it. Okay. So how we started. I was, when we first married, a pharmaceutical rep, and I only paid for the electrical bill, the cable bill, the small bills. That
You was
under,
like, turn that heat off.
Right, about $80. If the bill was under 100, that was my bill, okay?
Who ordered Netflix?
Right, exactly. Now, it's not like that. Okay, so I pay for my son's tuition, which is about $30,000 per kid.
That's
I pay
no
for
joke.
anything they have to do as far as their clothing. I pay for all of our homes, any down payments for our homes, any furniture. Yes,
That's a lot.
yes, but he pays the mortgage.
Okay,
And
but that
so-
down payment's a big
Oh,
chunk.
baby,
That's
that
a
down
big
payment.
chunk.
I think I misspoke and said 400,000 on ETV, but it was really 600,000. Eugene, he corrected me later. He was like, "No, what you put down was 600,000."
How did y'all come to that conversation and agreement?
When I said we're moving, he said, "Okay,
You're paying for it.
thank you."
But
Thank
even
you.
initially, how did y'all, like, even when y'all were just starting?
When we had built that house, we both loved our first home that we built, but we didn't know that it wasn't a custom build. So we ended up building the second home in Alpharetta, Georgia. Shout out to Alpharetta. And we're over there and it was great, but I just didn't feel like that was the end all be all. The housing market was booming. And when I tell you, my neighbors were making millions of dollars off old homes. And I was like, well, just think about how much we could make.
Right.
Off of
Ours
a
is only 2
brand
years
new
old.
home.
Right. And it was great. And so he was like, as long as you're doing it and it makes sense. And so I was like, well, let me just find something closer to our boys' school, the bus. Because at the time we were driving them further.
bus.
Yeah. And it was about a 30-minute commute in the morning, 30-minute home.
Right.
And I was and that was to the bus. And
Now
then they
you
had
just
to take
and then
another
they still
hour
have to get to school,
to go to
right?
Right, to go to school. And y'all get that life because
Yeah.
that's how New York, yeah.
Yeah, we know how
Absolutely.
that commute.
Yeah.
When I
Yeah.
used to do mornings and be at work at like 5 a.m.,
Yeah.
it was a
Morning.
15-minute drive. Now it's an hour.
Exactly.
It's a whole...
And Atlanta's traffic, if you have not been, it is not pretty. So you always early.
I don't know if anything compares to New York traffic though.
Really?
Sometimes I'd be like, let me just get on the train.
Atlanta's highway traffic is insane.
It's
It's worse than LA.
Yeah.
Because sometimes in New York, you'll be stuck on one block for like 20 minutes. On one block.
on the one block.
and-
Atlanta
well,
traffic, you might be stuck in the
You're gonna
between
just be
exits
stuck.
that
Right.
long,
And
especially
the
around
crazy
the
part is you're
downtown
stuck
connector.
from not
From the
even
Grady
5
curve.
o'clock. You're
Right.
stuck from like 3:30
Oh, yeah,
to
listen.
like 7.
It's not a game.
Atlanta doesn't have rush hour. It's just all the time.
Everything.
It's all day, every day.
Yes.
It could
Yes.
be Saturday night after the club and it's traffic because they're doing
Yes.
construction on the highway.
Yes.
Especially now that FIFA is coming there, the World Cup and everything, they fixing everything up.
Yeah.
So
Gigi is ready
it's
for FIFA. She
construction.
like, look.
It's construction and shit everywhere around Atlanta right now. They really cleaning it up though.
And they about to make some money.
that part.
Again.
Yeah. And listen, you also launched your own wine.
Yes, so
With
I had
Kendall
a wine
Jackson.
club. It was great with Kendall Jackson. They are amazing. But you know, I'm doing some other things too
Like
now.
what?
You know, I actually have been working with some builders on
Yes, I
because
want
everybody's like
HGTV.
because
you
you're
love
speaking
building.
it into
Yes.
existence.
Yeah.
So I've been working with some building just on some design aspects, and
Okay.
so that's been very helpful and fun to do because I actually will do it
I
for
mean,
free.
you have the experience.
Yeah, and I love it, and I would do it
Yeah.
for free. And it's the difference between what I'm doing and me coming in and just spending my own money is different when it's someone else's.
Oh man,
And
you
so
can
I'm
really
asking-
go all out.
Well, or you can lose your job. So I gotta say, hold on, what's your
Fine line.
budget? Okay, so we're doing that kind of thing, you know, and hopefully. You know, I'm speaking it into existence. You know, I've been on this show for 12 years. It's time for me to start getting my own show together. You know?
I want to say, so how do you feel like, because we saw the last episode where the women were getting all in your business.
Oh, okay.
About your-
what season
Aren't
is
they
that?
always
What
right.
season is that?
Aren't they always in Toya's business?
So what is
Some of
all,
them.
where do you think all this criticism stems from when it comes to your marriage?
My castmates are hard workers. They love to work. It's a part of their DNA. And I think they were raised to work instead of pamper. And when they see a woman like myself, they want to put the pamper princess. And it's like, they really didn't see me when I was working, to be honest with you. When I moved to Atlanta, I was probably working for maybe a year for Procter and Gamble. Before that, they didn't see my hustle. You know, I hustled in Detroit like crazy.
Right.
Like I worked for Novartis, Pfizer. I did that, you know, that life. But when I got married, I was like, this is not what I signed up for.
Yeah,
you
right.
know, I want a man that can provide. And, you know, when he need my help, I'm there though. You know, I got it, you know, but it is what it is. I think they're tired.
You know, I want to ask you about this because I saw this and it made me think about like this post that was done about how like these blogs will spread fake rumors and
Yeah.
false things.
Yeah.
So I know you've seen
My
this.
husband got another man, another woman. Ooh, shit.
Whoa,
another
whoa,
baby.
whoa, I didn't see that.
Another
one.
baby.
Yeah, that-
Can I curse?
He like, hold up.
The devil is a lie. Jesus,
but about
my rebuke.
a DNA test, another baby, a side baby,
Whoa.
and you filed for divorce.
Honey,
but
so-
I only saw it on some random ass like, who is
Random.
this?
I'm like,
Yeah.
that ain't true.
No, so that actually went viral. When I tell you, my family was calling me, sending me this, like, hey, are you okay? Do we need to come down? I was like, no, I'm okay. We're good. I don't even know what that says. You know, and to be honest, me and Eugene, when we first saw it, we laughed about it. But he's offended now.
Right.
Like, he was like, why can't I just be a good dude? He was like, why do I have to, when I'm working, be somewhere else and have a whole nother family? And who's this lady I got my hand around? You know, he was like, what is all of
What
this?
is this?
You know, he's like, is she real? And I'm like, I don't know. You tell me. So now it's the running joke in our house. I'm like, oh, you going to see your other woman? Oh, you working on Christmas? Oh, I see you. I see you.
Because then the season starts, and then we see he was gone. He got a 5-hour commute or
Yes.
a 2, and he's in the ER. And you know, they always say doctors number one as far as like occupations where men cheat and women too.
I didn't know that. But we had a mutual friend. It was so funny. Me and Eugene got in one of our first arguments because it was a friend of his and they were so tight. He was like, when I told her about what we were going through, I said, when you told who, ho, what, ho?
Who is she?
Who's
Yeah.
this her?
Who, ho?
What are you
Who?
talking about? You know what I'm saying? And he was like, I mean, she's just a fellow coworker, but you know her, she cool. You don't know. We
tell
don't
her
do
my
that.
business.
Yeah. Come to find out, maybe 2 years later, she was divorced, cheating with another doctor.
What?
Yes. And I said, see?
She was
See what I
trying.
tell you?
Right.
See what I'm telling you?
The devil
And
is a lie.
Right.
that part. Okay. I told him I'll roll up. Don't have me roll up in the ER. Okay, because I will.
What I want to ask you about now, earlier you just talked about previous relationships. You had a 6-year relationship. So you've always been like a relationship type
I've
of.
always been in a relationship. Yes.
Why you made that face?
Because you know what? That was a big deal for me. I got into my first relationship in 8th grade. My son is in 8th grade.
Uh-oh.
Wow.
Kids
And
are different nowadays.
Yes, girl. He done had multiples. I don't know what he doing. He needs to settle down.
In 8th
But
grade.
that's another topic. But in 8th grade, I got into my first relationship. I stayed in that relationship until I went to my first year at college in Tennessee State. And so we were together for 6 years. I was called the hussy by his mama, all that. And now she loves me to this day. Loves me to this day.
She watched the show like,
Yeah,
girl, I
she
see you.
probably do. But she knew me beforehand, you know. But then I got another relationship for 4 years. And I've always been in a relationship. And then one day I just was like, I'm done. The biggest relationship I had was with God. And I was with him for 3 years. No sex, no drinking. And it was amazing.
Wow.
Yes. Changed my life, changed my perspective on what I needed. I will never forget my friend telling me, she was like, write down everything you want in a man and don't be superficial. She was like, I mean, write down what you need, not what you want. And I was like, well, I need a man with money.
Okay.
Well, she was like, yeah, but what do you need? She's like, I said, I need somebody I can trust, number one, because I have trust issues.
Right.
So I put that on there. And I'm telling you, the things that came from that list, God said, I got that.
I got you.
That's
Where
easy.
do your trust issues come from?
My father. Yeah, my father. He was a gigolo. Is that what they call the people? You know,
A
back
Rolling
then.
Stone.
He was a Rolling Stone, you know. He'd blame everybody else, but, you know, he still is to this day. My father would sit here and flirt with you. He would ask for your number. He would walk you to your car. He would do all those things,
gentleman.
okay? He would buy you a drink.
What?
He's going to dance with you all night. That is my father
He's
to this
outside.
day. Yeah,
But-
he's outside.
So,
With his long coat.
so what was his relationship with your mom when you were growing up?
He's still in love. We
Okay.
need a Christmas movie, I'm trying to tell you. Because they still argue like they were married. And they both been remarried and divorced. And he done cheated on her too.
What?
And at the end of the day, I think first love. My mother and my father were talking. They were going through the windows. You remember back in the day,
Yes.
you sneaking through somebody's window? That was him, hiding in the closet. He got caught in the closet.
closet.
Oh man, scariest thing in the world,
You
I'm sure.
remember the
Yeah, scariest
Yes.
thing in the world. Yeah.
I'm trying to tell you, but they were sweethearts for a long time. You know.
Were you angry at your father for cheating on your
Who
mom?
in the world is angry at their daddy when they're young?
I'm just wondering because
That's
sometimes when
my
you're young,
father.
it also depends on how your mother frames it too. Because
she was not that mom.
okay,
She, you know, the worst thing she would do is I'll never forget. She sat that child support check out and it was like $80, and I was like,
what?
$80?
What is this?
Even back then, I knew that wasn't bad nothing, you know. But that's what it was, and she never told me about the stuff. Do you know how I found out about stuff? Through my cousins.
Oh,
They was
wow.
like, girl, your mama never told you she rolled up on the people at work. What? She's like, that's what happened to your godmother. Your god, that's why you don't have one. I'm like, wait, what happened here? You know, and you found out about it later because I was older. I was more mature. I could handle it, you know. But as a child, my father was my everything, honey. He took me to McDonald's. He got me candy.
Right.
It was phenomenal.
The
How
Happy
did you
Meal.
perceive that when you found out?
You know, I wish I could have been more empathetic to my mother back then, because I just felt like she, you know, we weren't together anymore as a family. And so I was like, what's happening here? You know, he's a good guy. That's my dad. You know, never really understanding.
And she was protecting you.
Yeah. And she was. Yeah. And she did a great job. We had single parent household for a long time, but she did that. You know, she made sure she didn't just date everybody. I've never seen my mother bring random men through my house. Not at all. I remember one guy, Kenny. You know, and to this day, Kenny was great. She was like, Kenny opened my door. You know, and he was a great guy. And still to this day, he's a good guy.
How do you think being on reality TV has affected your marriage, or has it?
Whew, reality TV, like my husband likes to say, is our therapy. You know, we're not perfect. We have never portrayed ourselves as perfect. We do things that we're not proud of, and we hate sometimes that we do it on TV, like this next episode.
Oh, shoot.
Yes.
Prep yourself, y'all.
Prep
All
myself.
right.
Prep myself, honey. I watched the clip and I was like, did I say that? How many times did I call these females bitches? I was like, what is going on? Like, I didn't know that I was so angry at that moment. And then he was so angry. And we just said some things that we were like, we can't take it back, you know? But it's a learning experience for us. You know, it's at a place where if the foundation is there, you're good. Because we can go back and say, now you know where you went wrong? I don't know, even if you don't, pray on it. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to fix me, you fix you. But really and truly, if our foundation stays the way it is, nothing can break us. You know what I'm saying? God, he got it.
Girl, because they be trying, y'all.
Yeah,
They do. They try us all the time. You know what I'm saying?
That
They
U-Haul
love to make
that
my
U-Haul truck Halloween costume. Girl.
What do you
Girl.
think in general about?
And you know she want me to borrow it because she might be moving herself. I told your secret.
Oh my gosh.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
What do you think about the portrayal of Black people on reality TV?
I think that reality TV is what people think. It's a modern day version of hustling on the street to me. You make that kind of money, you know, and I think people don't realize how hard it actually is until they're in it. So everybody wants to do it, right? And whether you're Black or white, it doesn't matter because at some point they're going to see your worst side and they're going to see your best side, you know, and the public is going to like you or they're going to hate you. I think that's the hardest part about reality TV. It has nothing to do with color.
Like you could be the villain one year and the darling the next year.
And you
or
could think
vice
you had a
versa.
great season, you know, and
Until
then
that edit come back.
right. And that's actually one of the things that we're dealing with one of our castmates because we're like, wait a minute, you just yelled at me through the whole filming process. And then as soon as you saw that the people had something to say about it, now you want to apologize. Your apology is not genuine because when you said it, you meant it. But now you're voicing an apology, right, based on how the people perceive you. And we're not for that life. So Eugene says it's like therapy. I think it is scary sometimes because, you know, 12-year vet, you start feeling like you should know better, you know.
But they get you every time.
You know, or you just, gosh, you know, it's that fine line because you want to be authentic, you know, and our show is known for being authentic, but then it's like, hey, pull back a little bit. You know, my sons are teenagers now. They're watching everything.
It's so different. They grew up. We watched them grow up.
Baby, my son, I just got the Instagram, him saying he wanted to open his account public. And he's like, Mom, but you can be the, you know, the manager over my account. And I'm like, can we just go back?
You're like, I'm just trying to manage my own account too, by the way.
I'm just starting to really block. Like,
now, earlier before the show, we were talking about cruises. And like I was saying, my family's going on a whole cruise for the holidays.
So which cruise line?
I don't know. Every year they try to get me to come and I never go.
Okay, go. So if it's Carnival, don't go.
No, no. My family's not doing no Carnival cruise.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, no, girl.
It might be Norwegian, I think, or
Okay,
something.
or Royal.
Okay, I'm
So
not
we
sure.
went on
I heard
Royal
Virgin
Caribbean.
was
I was
nice
gonna say
too.
Virgin. I was gonna do a
Virgin is
tour.
cool for like the singles and, you know, y'all
Okay.
age group. I don't know about y'all, not my age group.
Girl,
but,
we
you
the
know.
same age group, girl.
I'm 50.
Okay, I'm
I'm
older.
50 in 4 months.
I'm with you.
46.
I'm right here with you.
What? We're
Yes.
so damn
It must be the one.
Listen, I was freshman when y'all was
Like the
seniors,
tequila
girl.
in the wine.
I was a freshman when y'all was a senior. I'm right
Yes,
behind you. Right behind you.
That part. Okay.
Jordan wasn't born.
I was
but
like,
go ahead.
Jordan,
So talk to me about these cruises. Why it says
So, you know why we liked it? I took my mom and my sister and my nephew, and honestly, everybody had something to do. There was no entertaining anybody. My husband, he was like, hey, let's go to the couples game show. There was all kinds of stuff. No, it was so much fun.
It is so much stuff to do.
I'm telling you, it was so much fun. You would think it was corny.
right?
We had a good time. The only thing I will say is that if you got 30,000 people, please don't expect gourmet food. It's
Okay.
not happening.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, there's not a
Buffet.
chef
You
back there
can-
doing nothing. It's
Pizza
just
and
simply
hot
like
dogs and wings and fries.
yes, and you
yeah.
might have a seafood night.
Uh-huh,
You know what I'm
right.
saying?
With some crab
and then you're
legs
gonna have
and
those
some cocktail
leftover
shrimp.
seafood as your breakfast
But you get to
omelet.
dock,
Okay.
you get to
That
dock
part.
places too,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So we docked in the Bahamas, and what I've learned, somebody told me a long time ago when we went on our Disney cruise, they was like, when you dock, have the hotel that you like come pick you up and spend the day at the hotel, and then they bring you back. So that's what we did. We spent a day at Baha Mar, kicked it.
Oh, I know you was having a
just
little
there
fun.
last
I love
time.
Baha Mar.
I love Baha Mar.
Yes.
I was just there last month.
Oh, yes. Is it still lit? Yes. At the top of the SLS?
And was.
I think I need to be right at the SLS pool party.
Right.
I lost all my money in the casino though, but it was fun.
I do not gamble overseas.
Oh, I won some money. The Bahamas was the first time. I remember I went to the Bahamas and I won $2,400 in 3 minutes, and that was it. I cashed out.
You're
Oh,
like,
cash out. Yes.
Yeah.
That's
At the
smart.
Baha Mar or Atlantis.
It was at the Atlantis.
That was at Atlanta.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Atlantis gave you some
outside
money.
the Cove. Yes.
Outside.
Yes.
I don't wanna go
Right
out
outside,
there,
right outside
outside.
Nobu. I was
Yeah.
on the IG Magini machine.
Yes, I was playing the genie too.
Yeah,
She took my money, but I love her anyway.
She took my money.
I was like, this one looks friendly.
they trying to get you to come back then. Yeah.
How long have you been married?
16 years going on 17 in July.
So what's the secret? You know, people always ask that. But y'all seem like you really, and maybe it is, I don't know. I've heard people say maybe it is nice to be like, I miss you. You've been gone for 5 days.
No. First of all,
She said immediately.
I think as women and men, we do deserve our own space sometimes. You know, it is nothing like being able to just sit back and stretch out over your bed. You know, after 17 years of sharing a bed, imagine what it's like when you don't for that
Right.
one, 2, or 3 nights, right? So it's great. But I think our secret to success has been what people say is probably a hindrance. They're like, she talks too much. But no, baby, that has been our secret to success. Me telling him what I need and him telling me what he needs and us coming to a happy medium. Okay.
Yes.
Because when you sit back and you just allow things to just happen, and you don't really say, baby, that hurt me. Or baby, I need us to do better. Or baby, have you ever thought about this? You know what I'm saying? Do you see the vision? Like, we really have those type of conversations. And I told him, I said, I don't want to be that old couple that's not enjoying each other.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I want to be that old couple on the cruise or on a vacation and we playing cards together.
Like
You know what I'm saying?
Bessies, but in love.
And we just walk.
We at the comedy show laughing together.
Yes. You know what I'm saying? I have a
Enjoying
great
dinner.
aunt who is like that with her husband. And I said, y'all laugh too much. Y'all get on my nerves. Like, they can't stop laughing.
Right.
And I was like, what's your secret? And, it has nothing to do with his finances because he makes less than her. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She's like, but he undergirds me. She's like, when I'm in the bathtub, he comes and massage my shoulders.
And you can't put a price on that.
Baby.
Now, what about in the bedroom?
I don't know what they do in the bedroom.
No,
I
I'm
don't
talking
wanna
about
know.
you.
She's talking about you,
I'm
girl.
talking about you.
Not
As far as
them.
me.
What's the
okay.
secret to
The secret for me is changing it up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want us to get complacent. You know, when we first started out, I remember we were in Bora Bora on our honeymoon, and I was like, baby, we are in a overwater bungalow. Let's do this shit. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean by that, right? I was like, let's just let it all out. Okay. We literally are looking at the bungalow next to us and they out there naked. From New York. From New York while they playing. Okay.
Period.
Do y'all
Let's
remember
go.
us July 19th? Because we all had the same anniversary. And literally, Eugene was like, no. He would not. So it wasn't until 2 years ago. He was like, what you want to do? I said, you get naked? Outside? Hold on now.
Okay.
In Turks and Caicos.
Yeah.
Come on, Turks will do it every time.
So, hey, so as long as you're at some point willing to change things up
Right.
in the bedroom, it's fine.
So
Now,
my-
he ain't gonna share.
Okay.
He's not gonna share.
So I feel like getting naked outside is the secret.
Yeah.
You gotta go
On a
stripping
balcony
every now and
somewhere?
then.
Yeah.
I love me a
I was about to
balcony.
say,
That's my
baby,
my
balcony
specialty.
sex, what?
Baby, I will tear a balcony up. You
Girl,
hear me?
and will scream for the people just
Baby,
because. Like,
look,
wait,
I want them to look up.
okay, and be like, who is that? I'm gonna come out the room and check out. And I was like, I was in 301.
Right. That was me. That was me.
Sorry.
Was that complaining? That
I
was
left
me.
the tip.
Yes.
A nice one.
That part. Yes.
Now you talked about though the celibacy
Yes.
and everything beforehand. Why do you think that was a bonus in order or something that laid down the groundwork?
You know, because like I said, I was in a relationship so much that I didn't know what it was like to date. So once I got my heart broke after that 4-year relationship, I was dating, honey. I was out there in those streets.
And how did you get your heart broke? What happened?
He's a cheater.
Okay.
You know.
That's why you had trust issues.
And I was in love. You know what I'm saying? I really was. And he got somebody else pregnant. And
Whoa.
She good people, though. She good
Been
people
there.
now.
Ooh.
She's good
Oh
people.
my God.
Yes,
You're
to this
so
day.
generous.
Hey, girl. She's good people.
He got another girl pregnant, but
she
she got
another,
people.
you know, she wasn't good people then, but she good people.
I
you
want to
know,
find that level of peace.
Yeah, and and forgiveness, and really and truly, it's not our fault. You know what I'm saying? Men out there telling all kinds of lies. And so I think for me, I needed God to slow me down because I was dating all the people, the quarterbacks, and what you want to tell me? I was having a good time.
I know you was lit.
Absolutely.
I had a whole
know you was lit.
baby, I was lit. I had a whole book. It was gonna be called Mastering My Singleness.
Ooh,
It was gonna be
want that
great.
book.
Jordan, what's
Jordan,
happening?
can you pass the notes to Jordan? Give me the notes, please. Get the notes to Jordan because she needs that.
Girl, mastering your singleness. It was amazing. Okay. And I don't look back. I had a great time.
Yeah,
I did.
and you had to.
I did.
Like, I think that's important before you
Yes.
okay, now
Yes.
I'm done.
Yes. And you know what it did? It gave me a different perspective on what I needed. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't just need a guy that was going to hit it right because that was easy. That was the easy part. I needed a guy that was patient. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was the second thing on my list of trust, patience. Because I knew me. I'm a lot. You know what I'm saying? I am.
And should be.
And should be. And Eugene, he wanted a lot. And he was like, but I'm patient. I can handle her.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? I got this. And it was like, okay, so what's next? And I was like, ooh, I just need him to be a family man. And that's what he is. So he's all those things. I'm telling you. But those are the things that you look for after you've had the experience where you've dated the guys and it's just been for fun. You know what I'm saying? Because I went through that phase where I was like, people was like, well, how many you gonna date at a time? It doesn't matter.
No.
Because
And everybody gotta go through that phase.
everybody fulfills something different. For me, you know what I'm saying? Somebody might have been the guy that I was having sex with at the time, but the other guy was the guy that I had a conversation with. The other guy was the guy that I traveled with. The other guy was the guy
It's the roster
that
for me.
I went to theater.
Yes, roster.
with. Yeah, it's a roster.
Yes, roster.
Look, Jordan
had a
loves
roster.
this. That's her. That's her
Yes.
life.
I didn't
know
I
a
love
woman
it.
has a roster.
Oh my
Because
God,
you're not
now
gonna get
y'all
the-
gonna, the edit's gonna be, she had a roster.
Yeah, I'm not mad
Way
at it,
back
though.
when.
Way back when.
Way back
I
when.
had
This
it
was
way
pre.
back when, 17, 18, 19 years.
How do you like the new cast members?
First of all, Brandy.
Okay.
And everybody's like, why are you shouting this girl out? Because dang it, we needed her. We needed somebody that brought that just regular. She's a regular girl.
Right.
And she's a boss. You know what I'm saying? And she's a mom. And she's a good mom. And her kids, when they see you, they don't even know you. Hi! And they're just so sweet. But that's a testament.
Okay,
Yeah.
To
to
how
the
their
parents.
household
How
is.
they're-
Yes. And her husband, he loves her. Like, they literally just posted. And they were talking about how they met in high school. And they went back to their old high school to show the kids where they met.
That's so
Wow.
sweet.
Jesus.
Can you imagine?
You know what I'm saying?
That's
That's called now that's a
romantic.
foundation. Okay? We
That's
ain't breaking
romantic.
that. Now these other people.
Uh-oh.
Okay. One of them, I ain't gonna look, it ain't me. I didn't produce the show. I'm not an editor. All I can say is that booty did way more talking than her mouth. Okay. And y'all know, and I ain't saying no names.
Okay,
Am I
you don't
lying? Okay, all right. So that part. Then the other one, she likes to think I don't like her. But really, I don't know her like that.
Okay.
Okay, that's what Simone said. She said, Toya, just say you don't know her. I don't know her.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, that's fair.
Come on,
Yeah,
Jada.
I
So
don't know
there's
that
room.
I don't know her.
Yeah, there's room for growth.
How do you feel about Dr. Heavenly being a friend of the show right now as she's running for office? I've seen some thoughts.
This season is a very special season. I want y'all to really tune in because, that friend of the show, it came back to bite her. When you try to make other people friends of the show. That's all I'm going to say.
Because y'all
can't
been,
wait.
you guys are the OGs, though.
Okay.
You guys
Try
are the OGs.
Don't come for no OG, okay, unless you're really ready to come for it. Okay, that's all I'm saying.
I can't wait.
Yeah, girls trip. Okay, the people was doing something crazy, but yes, absolutely. She's running for Congress. That's what she's saying.
You don't think it's going to work?
Well,
I look, I wish her the best, but I am not that person who's about to sit here and be like, she black girl power. No, I don't care what color you are. I don't know what you're doing. Just be educated when you do it. You know what I'm saying? I watch other people. Crockett, she is amazing. That girl is educated.
Jasmine,
okay?
okay.
I don't care what y'all talking about. She can say however she wanted, but she ready for the people. Heavenly is, I don't know if she's ready for those people.
Ooh, we're gonna see,
We're gonna see.
and I think it's an interesting twist.
And
Yes,
if she
definitely.
wins, who really winning?
What is that?
I'm just saying.
Okay, all
Who's really
right. Well, listen, Toya, we are tuned in, and I thank you
Yes.
so much for coming. I know this is not going to be your last time on the
No,
show.
absolutely
Yes.
not. I'm about to tune in from home. Y'all gonna be like, Toy, just zoom her
That
in.
part.
Just zoom her in. Let's talk about it.
No, but I appreciate you, and I think you know
you.
just watching the evolution, the growth, the real conversation that you've been having on the show, and like I said, seeing like a great, successful Black family unit. I love that.
Thank you. Yeah, and we are really
Both of y'all
trying
bringing
our
a lot to the
best.
table.
Yes, yes.
You know, is this the last house you think, or
So it's the last house until
I was
my
gonna say that
sons
too.
leave. You know, one of my
Okay.
sons want to go to NYU or Penn.
not mad at that? You'll be here.
Yeah,
live. Okay.
exactly. And my other son, he's thinking Howard. And so everything's on the coast, on the East Coast. So I might find myself over here. You know what I'm saying? Married to
right.
Medicine, New York. What?
Yeah.
Okay.
We can do
Okay.
it. I'm
Set
gonna
it
set it
up.
up. I'll go
Give us
ahead and
a
set the OG
spin-off.
up. You know, I got it.
And it looks like you were ready for your own show. So
I am.
If it was your own show, what would that plot be?
Ooh, I have a couple of different shows. I'm not gonna speak on one that we're working on, but I would love to do a cute little dating show.
Okay.
I do, or like a marriage show, comedic. You know, a comedic marriage show. Like, let me be the counselor.
Okay.
Let me sit there and talk to the people. Okay,
Come on, doctor.
You know
I
what
mean,
I'm saying? Right, and
because you
that's
got
what-
the experience.
Yeah,
and
I
you've
do.
been
Like,
around
that's
the
what
game.
I
You've been
say.
on
Always
the
complain. Oh,
couch.
how's she giving advice if she not? Well, you
And
been
you
there,
lived it.
done
I
that.
lived it. I've been through it, and I understand. Okay, so I get it. Yeah, I may not say it all right. Maybe I had an interpreter over there say, "Well, what she really trying to say is
Is this?
Let me put this in therapist language.
Right,
Okay.
voiceover.
Maybe I'll put Mimi
The
over
Toya
there.
translator.
Right when I say it. That
But no,
part.
we appreciate you and thank you so much for your energy. It was much needed for me right now. So I appreciate you.
Yes, absolutely.